Hello YouTube, my name's Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and another episode of DNA Saturday, which is the weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in DNA bombs. That was the Create class we're actually be using throughout the entirety of this video. Of course, if you guys would like to go back and get a good look at that Create class, you can do that, but keep in mind periodically I will be talking about the Create class here throughout this video to kind of give you an idea as to why the person may or may not have selected certain things for his Create class. This one was actually sent in by a guy that goes by the name of Elemental, who is, believe it or not, a first-time guest here on NerosCinema, which is hard to track that kind of thing, right? You think that I did a lot of series over these past couple years where I feature a lot of people here on my channel. We did Chem Strike Saturday last year. We did DNA Saturday this year. We did Moab Monday and Moab Friday during Modern Warfare 3. All of them are basically the same principle for a series, but because of that, I featured so many people here on my YouTube channel. But Elemental, I do believe, is actually a first-time guest here on my channel, so it's definitely nice to see some fresh faces here on the show. Definitely nice to see that. What we got going on here is a game of Hardpoint here on the map Terrace, running around the MP11, and you guys know that I am just a sucker for the MP11, right? I love it. I love submachine guns. I love submachine guns. I love shotguns. I love the very mobile play styles. And because of that, I try to use all the submachine guns here in Advanced Warfare, some of them with more success than others. And the MP11 is just a gun I really enjoy using, while I very rarely actually do very well with. So it's definitely nice to see other people using very underused guns like the MP11 and having some success with that. I definitely think it's cool to see things like that. Like, you think of the ASM1. Right, and the ASM1 was a gun that was my baby. I loved it. It was so great. I got the speakeasy variant of it. Oh, it was so nice. It reminded me of the World at War Thompson. It was great. But after the recent update, which I guess is not super recent now, but after the update where it nerfed the BAL27 a little bit, it buffed up a lot of the submachine guns, including the ASM1. Because of that, everybody seems to be using the ASM1 now. It's become like the new Uber gun, right? It's like the new OP gun. It's like the gun that everybody's running around with. And so because of that, just my whatever weird stances I have on gun balance, I'm just like, nope, if everyone's using it, I'm not using it. I'm going to use the underused guns. I'm not going to use the super powerful ones. And because of that, it's like, oh, it's so frustrating. So I start using some of the other ones, and the MP11, and I guess the KF5 to a lesser extent, have become those go-to guns for me. I love using those two guns. They're very, very fun to use. They're underused. People don't use them a whole lot, and they can still have a lot of fun with them. You still have this rewarding feeling when you do well with them, as compared to if you're using the BAL27, you do well. You're like, whatever. I was using the BAL27. But if you do good with the MP11, it's definitely awesome when that kind of thing happens. I mean, you can pull off that rare, really good game with that weak gun. So it's definitely kind of cool to see other people using this kind of gun, other people using these underused guns. That's why I feature a lot of them here on DNA Saturday and last year with Chem Strike Saturday. Whenever people are using the underused guns, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. That's awesome. I want to feature that because it's definitely cool to see people having a little bit of weapon variety. Because the Call of Duty scene, let's be honest, isn't full of a whole lot of variety. Usually people find out what's the strongest stuff, and everybody runs around with that. People are using competitive classes in public matches. Everyone's using BAL27s, you know, that kind of thing. It's not fun. It's not fun. Have some fun. Use some variety. Challenge yourself a little bit. Use some different guns. And the MP11 is that gun. That, I'm a sucker. You guys know I'm just a sucker for the MP11. I think that's the biggest reason probably why it was featured. Let's go ahead and talk about the Create class we're using throughout this, because it's actually a very fast DNA bomb. Playing the objective, defending these hard points, definitely some good stuff here. So let's talk about the Create class. The particular MP11 we're looking at is actually called the Airborne variant. It looks pretty cool. I gotta say, it actually changes around the way the gun itself looks, which is definitely pretty nice. It looks pretty sweet. It's actually using the exact same Create class setup that I use when I'm using my MP11. So in my MP11, I end up using the foregrip, and I use silencer, and I use extended mag. Now, I was actually talking to a friend of mine named Foxhound about this while I was going through these different submissions for DNA Saturday this week, and I'm like, you know what? He uses the exact same setup as me. And Foxhound's like, yeah, I wouldn't say that the silencer is really necessary, though. It's not like a thing you need to have. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Having a silencer isn't super necessary, but it just, the gun itself reminds me so much of the Modern Warfare 2 Mini Uzi that I just feel as though I need a silencer on it. But the two mandatory attachments I really feel as though you should have on your MP11 if you're making your own MP11 class is to definitely use grip and to definitely use extended mag. You're going to need that grip because the gun does have a crazy fire rate and it does hose through bullets. You want to be as accurate as humanly possible when trying to take people out in any kind of a medium range, because the gun itself doesn't really have that good of a range. And then you also want to have extended mag because of the crazy fire rate on this gun. You're going to be burning through ammo so quickly that you're going to want the extended mag on there. As for the rest of the class, it's actually pretty standard setup. Low profile is perk 1, peripherals is perk 2, which is definitely a good perk that I think a lot of people haven't really tried out, but you should definitely try out peripherals. I think you will like it. And perk 3, we've got scavenger and blast suppressor. Pretty standard class overall, nothing really too fancy. Just the biggest thing about this class is to remember remember those attachments. You're going to want at least have a grip and at least have an extended mag on your MP11. And with the new update making it so it's easier to get double kills, you're definitely going to want to get that extended mag now. That's a lot easier to actually go ahead and get. Definitely do that. You're going to want it on this gun. Right there, we actually pick up the DNA bomb. That was pretty awesome. So the scoreboard is actually going to be coming up relatively soon. You're going to look at it and you're going to think to yourself, how did he play the objective? I was talking throughout the video how he actually ended up playing the objective. You'll see that he actually had 0 captures and 0 defense. Yet he, in my opinion, he played the objective ridiculously well throughout the entirety of this gameplay because he was near the hard point and making it so the opposing team couldn't get anywhere near it, which in some cases that's actually better than the person that's actually being on it. If you're making it so your teammates have the tools they need to actually be able to hold on to the objective by you stopping them from the opposing team from getting to it, that's really helpful. You look there, 49 kills and 1 death. It almost reminds me of something that happened at Domination the other day, so sit with me here because it's kind of a short story, but it's kind of a long one at the same time. So on the map Recovery, you guys made no recovery. It's the map where basically if you're playing Domination partway through, you have to evacuate your current map and move on to the other map, right? On the C flag, before the map is actually evacuated, on the C flag, it's down there by that truck, there's a little bit of a cave to it. I saw that I had a teammate on that flag, and he was capturing it. He's maybe halfway to capturing it or so. Rather than diving on the objective myself, what I did was I boost dashed into the cave next to it to try and make sure that nobody was about to come through that cave and try and kill him off of that. And there was a guy there. I killed the guy, and because of that, my teammate was actually able to capture the flag. Sometimes it's actually better to not play the objective and be around the objective and make it so your teammates can actually play a bit better. And that's what happened throughout that gameplay. You look at the score there. His team blew out the opposing team, and part of that was the fact that he had like a 50 KD taking out everybody that tried to make even step foot towards their objective. So that was definitely awesome. So keep that in mind. Not everything is about the objective. Not everything is about the objective. So keep that in mind. I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of DNA Saturday. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys would like to submit your DNA bombs for next week's episode of DNA Saturday, watch the video that's on your screen right now. That video itself is super helpful. I made that a while back, and in that video, I have all the rules I need you to follow when you're submitting yourself for DNA Saturday, timestamps, created classes, full gameplays, things of that nature, as well as I give a little bit of like helpful hints as to things I'm looking for when I'm coming over all the gameplay for DNA Saturday every single week. So be sure to watch that video. It's you need to read it, learn it, love it. That video if you want to submit yourself for DNA Saturday, because that video is very crucial to getting yourself featured here on the show. If you guys like to go ahead and check out Mr. Elemental, once again, he's a first-time guest here on the channel, which is definitely awesome. Over on his YouTube channel, it's a very new channel. Keep in mind, very new channel. It's been up for maybe 2 weeks or so. In those 2 weeks, he's put up about 11 videos, which are pretty good. For 11 videos over 2 weeks, especially for a new channel, that's pretty nice. I have the suspicion that Mr. Elemental, this is not his first time, because his videos do not have a lot of the faults that a lot of new channels end up having. So a lot of new channels, they have really bad quality. He doesn't. His quality is actually freaking amazing. He has a nice overlay on his videos. He has a nice microphone. He has nice music selection. He has nice really everything on his channel. So it makes me think perhaps this isn't his first rodeo. Perhaps it's not his first rodeo. We'll have to see about that. But basically what he does over on his YouTube channel is he'll basically puts up DNA bombs. He's a DNA bomb style channel. He has a lot of good gameplay like that. And he'll basically start off the video saying, hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Elemental. This is this gameplay. This is my create class. He has some nice editing when he shows off that kind of stuff and hopes you all enjoy the gameplay. And then he puts on some nice music. It's not overbearing music by any means. And he puts on some music and then lets the music play as the gameplay goes on, which is pretty nice. It's kind of a neat way to go about a YouTube channel. Once again, very high quality stuff, very good looking stuff overall, and very nice gameplay. So go ahead and give him a look if you guys haven't already, because his YouTube channel is definitely worth a look. Everybody's channel that's here on DNA Saturday is worth at least a look, because you never know if you like a channel until you actually give it a chance. You didn't know if you'd like my channel until you finally clicked on that one video of mine that you first initially found me on so many years, months, weeks, or days ago, whenever you found my channel, right? So you never knew if you'd like me, then you turned out to like me. So maybe you'll like other people's channels as well. Just give them a try. Check out their stuff. Once again, there's a link to his channel on the screen with an annotation, as well as a link to his channel down in the video description. Once again, very new channel, so he doesn't even have a URL yet. He still has the Google Plus thing, so he's going to have to get that worked out. So once again, click the annotation on your screen or check out the link in the video description to check out Mr. Elemental's YouTube channel. I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of DNA Saturday, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.